Shree Mataji, very warm welcome to all the seekers. As you know that we have been running multiple sessions every day. During the last lockdown that happened, we figured out that there are a lot of us who are searching for something that is higher, that is about the self, and a lot of them are trying to figure out what's the best way to go deeper. And we faced a lot of issues in the past 1.5 years or so. It has been a tough time for the humanity as such. And that's when we started having these sessions on Zoom and simultaneously on YouTube. So the idea is that uh, we sort of try and explain what Sahaj Yoga is and give you the experience of self realization online itself. And we have been doing this now for past 1.5 years. And daily we have three sessions going on. In the morning at 8:15, first one. The second one happens at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and in the evening we have a session at 7:45. Only on Saturdays we started a session in English for some seekers who requested that Hindi is not something that they are comfortable with. So this is how we are functioning right now. And also seekers who have now understood Sahaj Yoga and have sort of have an understanding of what the chakras are, how to meditate at home, and are doing regular meditations. For them, we started a daily meditation session at 5:30 p.m. In the evening, which happens every day. So those of us who have now sort of got the hold of what Sahaj Yoga is, and we have got vibrations in hands, we can slowly and gradually move into that session as well for deeper understanding about Sahaj Yoga. Sahaj Yoga is the name that Shree Mataji is given is Sahaj. Sahaj is something that is simple, but there is quite a lot to learn. It's an ocean of knowledge. That ocean is actually within, but that knowledge comes with experience, with practicing, and we know that yes, something is happening, and we ourselves discover so much that is to discover in Sahaj Yoga. Also, Shree Mataji's lectures, there are in thousands in English, in Hindi, in Marathi languages. They are true oceans of knowledge, and there's a lot to listen and learn from. So, what is Sahaj Yoga? How Shree Mataji started it? What do we mean by self-realization? So we'll talk a little bit about all of that. Then we'll talk about our internal subtle system. We'll go into some details about that, and then we'll go for a meditation session at the end. And if time permits, and if there are any questions, we'll be happy to take any questions that you may have at the end of the session. So, what is Sahaj Yoga? Sahaj Yoga is uh, nothing new. The only name Sahaj that is coming is new. Yoga is what has been practiced and it's been talked about for so long in our great country of spirituality. And the word yoga in itself, it means union. It means something adding up. That's Sanskrit. And what is it that has got to unite, that has got to add up, that is supposed to happen in the name of yoga? So, yoga means our union with the divine, the spirit soul that resides inside us, union of that Atma with the Paramatma, which is the all pervading power of God. That is the actual meaning of yoga. Today, we have really misunderstood what yoga is, and we have gone into a lot of ideas that are new, that are completely maybe they are completely just they have sprung up 50 years ago and have no moorings in our history, in our scriptures, in our teachings of the past. So a lot of things have come up, and it has become very confusing and very a lot of contradicting things coming up, and we are not sure what to do, what's right, who's wrong. Those kind of troubles are coming up for us as seekers. So this is the basic thing that we must get, that yoga means a union that has to happen. How will that union happen? That can happen through only Kundalini awakening. That is the power of God Almighty inside us, which uh, connects us to the divine after our realization. So, how does this happen? So, we have understood what is union, what is yoga, and how does it happen is through the awakening of the Kundalini Shakti. This can happen only in a couple of environments or scenarios, so to say. So Shivaji Maharaj, we know, once he asked his guru, called Ramadas Swami, a great realized soul. He asked, "How does one get Atma Sakshatkar? How long does it take?" He says, "It happens tatshan." Tatshan means that very second. You just need someone who can give it and someone who can receive it. So Shree Mataji says this is the time of blossom, and thousands of us have to get a realization. An enlightened light can enlighten thousands of lights. So there's one candle that is enlightened, it can enlighten others. And that's how this can spread. Now, why do we need this? The question is that, okay, there is self realization, there is yoga, it happens by the grace of Shree Mataji, and this is a good thing, this is a great thing. We have been hearing about this. And let's assume it does happen to us. What's the need? What's the point? What's the mood? So it's easily, I think this question is easily answered with all that we see around ourselves these days. The world is truly in chaos. There is so much of confusion in everything that we do. We have no moral compass. We have no understandings of what to do, what not to do, what's right, what's wrong. And there's so much of confusion that half the people think that there is no God. This is all just a game of chance that we are here, and half of them have gone into the extremities of fundamentalism and so many wrong things. So the world is divided, and there is so much confusion and conflict. Also, there are so many wrong things that are happening in this world. So it's easy to figure out that we have not evolved to the fullest. If God, in His all wisdom and all power, has made us the highest beings, then there is definitely something that is missing in us. We are not there yet. There's been a great deal of evolution. Our consciousness has come a long way from animal stage. There's so much that we have done and accomplished and achieved as a race, but we are still missing something. There's something lacking. So Shree Mataji says this is the last breakthrough that has to happen. When we get a realization, we are connected with the divine. The power of the divine starts flowing through us. And when that happens, all our problems, slowly and gradually, they get resolved. Whether they be physical problems, whether they be mental issues, societal issues, even let's say we talk about something like there are environmental issues in the world. So we have gone to one extreme of industrialism, where we are constantly producing so much that we don't even need. There is one extreme that we have gone to. So such problems of environmentalism can also be solved if the human beings get all right. There's so many things that can be put right if we are truly united and we truly get our absolute and do not live in this relative world where everything is fine. We justify everything that we do. So when we get our realization, all these problems slowly and gradually they drop out, and we get connected with the divine. There are such powers that start flowing through us, the vibrations, the Param Chaitanya, as has been described by Shri Adi Guru Shankaracharya. He describes that when Mother's grace dawns upon us, we feel Salilam Salilam Chaitanya, cool, breeze. That's exactly how it's been described in Bible, as the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. Now they don't know what's Holy Ghost, honestly. In Quran, it's written with that when Qiyamah's time will come, your hands will speak. They literally start speaking. For the first time, we know what is happening inside us. We know our chakras. We know all through and through about us. We can know about others. We can know whether a person standing in front of us is a true person or is a false person. There is so many people in the name of God, they are looting people and hurting others because we do not have this consciousness where we can know what is right, what is wrong. It starts when we get this power. We know for sure, we know the truth about everything. So that's the truth part of it. And then there's the joy. And when you get all of the benevolence that the power of divine bestows upon you after your realization, you get true joy of life. In meditation, it is possible to come back to that situation again and again. We get lost uh, as we first we get a realization. It's very nice. We feel the vibrations. Then again, we go back into the same world that we're living in. We slowly, gradually drop out on some of those things. Again, we meditate. So that's why in Sahaja, we meditate every day, raise our Kundalini, and get our unison, our yoga established again and again. And we feel the power of the divine flowing through us and resolving all our issues in life. There's a lot to talk about, and this is an endless subject. But we'll quickly come to the system that is inside us, this subtle system that we're going to talk about. So, as you can see on this chart, we have shown uh, this is not something that is new, that has been shown in Sahaja Yoga only. It's a very ancient chart, has been there in our scriptures for thousands of years. So what we are trying to show here is the internal subtle system. This is something that we do not see with our eyes. The medical science does not see this. They see the manifestation on the physical or on the growth of it. So when a baby is in the mother's womb, 2.5 months old, God's power, the divine energy, the Param Chaitanya, the Kundalini, the grace of God, whatever name we call it, it enters inside us. And this is the power of Kundalini. This is our individual mother that has stayed with us all our lives, and she knows through and through everything about us. She creates these 3 channels and 7 chakras that you see like flowers inside us. And she's the one who's given power to all of these things inside us. The residual energy, the power that is left, comes and settles down in our sacrum bone, almost at the end of our spine, in the back. And it forms coils, 3.5 coils. That is why the name Kundalini, because Kundal means coils. Now, the name of this bone that has been called as sacrum is also very special. Somebody Greeks or someone who first named the bone realized that this is a sacred bone. So this is the power of Almighty, this which has created these centers inside us, and these nadis that we call in Sanskrit, and these are the ones that control the physical being, the mental being, the emotional being. Our complete persona is defined by these. So what we'll do is we'll quickly talk about the chakras also. And before that, we'll talk about the nadis that are inside us. So on the left-hand side, we see the blue one, which is called as the Ida Nadi. It controls our left sympathetic nervous system. All our nadis and all our nervous system, they end on our palms, our feet, they start with our heads. So the nervous system is the physical manifestation of these nadis and chakras. So for example, these flower-like things that we see are the chakras. In medical science, we know that there are glands, there are, so there are glands that are exactly in the same place. So plexuses, which we call them. So for example, aortic plexus and so many other things are there. They're exactly in the same place, 7 places they are. So they are the manifestation of these chakras inside us, and this whole nervous system, it ends in our palms. So when we meditate, we feel the vibrations on our hands, and we also feel the chakras and nadis on our hands. So for example, the status of the left channel inside us, we can feel it on our left palm. So this left channel is responsible for our desires. We desire from this channel. Also, all our emotions are governed by this channel. This left channel is also responsible for our past. So if we are somebody who's very emotional, we are too much on this channel, utilizing it too much. If we are somebody who's thinking of the past all the time, we are utilizing this channel too much. If we are somebody who's very depressed, it's because of an imbalance in this channel. This channel, when utilized too much, can lead to many psychosomatic diseases inside us. This is also called as the moon channel, and it gets too cold when it gets utilized too much. So in Sahaja Yoga, we understand that extremities are bad. This has been told to us by many, many people, but we truly understand the impact of these things on our lives in Sahaja Yoga on the physical level as well. So, for example, as I mentioned, when you're using this channel too much, the psychosomatic diseases, they come up inside us. Similarly, on the right hand side, we have the Pingala Nadi. This Nadi is the exact opposite of the left. So, for example, this is the channel of action. Left was for desire. This is the channel of our future. All our future thoughts, planning, worries, all of that is happening through this channel. The left was for the past. If we are somebody who's too much on the right channel, we generally tend to become very aggressive people because we are acting too much. This action is not just physical action, but mental action as well. And such people tend to become very egoistic also because they're doing so much. So this nadi is the sun nadi, and it gets overheated when we are working too much, thinking too much all the time. This we can feel this nadi on the right palm. So these are the two channels. The right channel controls the right sympathetic, left controls the left sympathetic. The middle one controls our parasympathetic, which is called as the Sushumna Nadi. So this Nadi is in the center, so that means is talking about our present. So the left channel was for the past, the right channel is for the future, the central channel is for the present. Mike, if you could move to the next slide. Yeah. So it's essential in Sahaja Yoga that we remain in the center. For example, Buddha has talked about being in center. Now, why is that important? That's important because anything that has to ascend has to have a balance. It only ascends when it has balance. Even a bullock cart won't move with any imbalance. So, the same way we have to balance ourselves, we have to lead a balanced life. And that is how so many prophets and religion masters, they talked about keeping a balance in life, leading a normal, balanced life, because that helps us keep a good state of ourselves so that when the time comes, we can get our realization. So the central channel is the path for Kundalini to rise. So that is very important. Now we'll quickly just talk about the 7 centers. So the first one that we have inside us is at the bottom that you see is called as the Mooladhara Chakra. And if you could move to the next slide about the Mooladhara Chakra. This chakra is adorned by Sri Ganesh, and we know we worship him the first as he is adorning the first center inside us. That is the reason. And his position is just below the position of Kundalini. So he's the one who indicates to Gauri Mata Kundalini that yes, this is the time for you to rise, Mother, because there is someone who is authorized in front of us. So without his permission, nothing can happen inside us. He is the giver of innocence, wisdom, Mangalmayata, Pavitrita, all those qualities that we associate with him in the Hindu religion. And it's difficult to find a word for Mangalmayata probably in English, but all things sacred, pious that are represented by Sri Ganesha. We have to be like children to enter the kingdom of God, something Christ talked about. And that is something that was not understood by his disciples. So we have to be like children. We have to be innocent like children. Only then we get our realization. People who are very conniving, always planning to hurt others, or are not innocent, and such people usually have a bad Muladhara chakra. Also, this chakra governs our sex and excretion related organs. So if we go against uh, the sex, then also this chakra goes bad. This chakra, when awakened, gives us pure wisdom, and it tells us what is right, what is wrong at every step of life. This is very important, especially for children to develop good wisdom right at the early stage. You can feel this chakra on uh, where the palm meets the hand, where number one is written on our palm here. And the status of this chakra, we can feel that in meditation. After this comes the Swadhisthana chakra. This chakra is run by Brahmadev Saraswati. Now, as we know that they are the creators of the universe, so the creative powers, they all start from this chakra. You can feel this chakra on both of our thumbs, left and right. So every chakra has three parts, left, right, center. And this chakra, as I mentioned, is responsible for the creative powers inside us, is also responsible for all our mental action. So this chakra is constantly replenishing the gray cells in our brains by providing the fat cells from our uh, uh, from this area where the chakra is, and converting that into gray cells for us to think. So the right channel starts from this chakra. So all our mental activity happens here. And as you can see, this chakra is also taking care of the physical organs of liver, pancreas, and whatnot. So when we are thinking too much, this chakra is supplying energy for thinking, and it's not taking care of the organs like the liver and pancreas. So people who are all the time very stressed with their work or whatever, they develop liver trouble because of that. Or the same, it can happen with diabetes patients also because of overthinking and planning and all of that. One can develop diabetes. So when this chakra gets awakened, such issues get slowly resolved because the Kundalini is able to give energy to the chakra, and that can replenish whatever is lacking among the center's organs. Also, this chakra can go off on the left hand side if we go to some wrong tantra mantra. If we do that, this chakra goes off, and we develop a lot of troubles that are psychosomatic in nature again. Moving forward, above this is the Nabhi chakra, which is governed by Lakshmi Narayan. They take care of complete benevolence for us. All our well being is taken care of by them. And when this chakra is awakened, our family life, our career and money life, all of that gets better. And we have issues in all of those aspects of life, that then definitely this chakra is caught up for us. Uh, Also, this chakra is responsible for our seeking. So we are looking for something. That seeking, that looking for something comes from this chakra. When we were in animal stage, we were looking for maybe food or shelter or something like that. Now we are seeking higher stuff. We are seeking maybe family, maybe power, maybe money, maybe something else we are seeking. Slowly and gradually, this seeking goes on and on. We figure out that we are not getting the real stuff. We are still not happy, even after all this seeking. So eventually, we turn to seek God. We turn to seek our highest that we can get. So that is a great boon that we get because of this chakra inside us. Around this Navi, so we can feel the Navi chakra on our middle fingers, the longest fingers. Around this chakra is what we call as the Bhavsagar. This Bhavsagara is governed by the master principle. Sri Adiguru Dattatreya has incarnated, who's the primordial master, has incarnated on this earth several times. It is 10 main incarnations are taking care of the Bhavsagar inside us. So they were like Muhammad Sahib, Guru Nanak, Zoroaster, Moses, Lao Tse, Shirdi Sainath, and so many of them uh, uh, like the ones that I mentioned. They have come on this earth at different stages of time in different places, and they have talked about how to lead a good life. They have told humanity what's the right way to lead your life and what's religion they have established. And that's not Christianity, Islam, or Hinduism or Sikhism. That religion is inside us, in our stomach. And that is what is that tells us that something is very terrible happening. So we end up vomiting. For example, we look at something that is very gross, very bad. We vomit because it's not nice, it's not correct. Even so, some people may not like it, but when we take alcohol for the first time, we end up vomiting because something inside tells us that this is not good, this is not right for us. So that is an innate religion, and every one of us has that innate religion. We sometimes end up killing it gradually with our wrongdoings, but we all know inside of us what is right, what is wrong, and that is established by this master principle inside us. We can feel this around the very center of our both our palms, and it gets caught up if we go to wrong gurus as well, because that is going against the primordial master principle. After this comes the heart chakra, the Anhat chakra, and that is governed by the mother of the universe, the Jagadamba. Uh, and she is the one who's taking care of all of her bhaktas. And she's the one who gives us that confidence that she's there to protect us. This is the place where our antibodies get developed till the age of 12. And they travel across our body and protect us from all diseases, all kind of attacks on us. So this is the place from where the mother protects us. When we lose that sense of protection, that is when this goes off. We are afraid a lot. That is when we develop diseases a lot, especially in children. If they're falling sick a lot, it's because they're quite afraid. Women who may develop breast cancer may develop that because of some insecurities with the husband or with the family or whatnot. So this is the place where when awakened, the mother protects us and she gives us the confidence that she's there with us. We can feel this chakra on our smallest fingers. And on the left hand side is the place of uh, our spirit. Shri Shiv Parvati reside here. And the spirit, the Atma, is the reflection of Almighty inside us. And that is a witness to all that we are doing. That spirit is still not in our consciousness. When we get our realization, that spirit comes into our consciousness and we develop true love and compassion with everyone, because we know that we truly know it, that we are all one and the same. And it's not just talk. On the right hand side is the place of Sri Sitaram. And as we know that Maryada Purushottam Ram led an ideal life of a husband, of a son, of a king, of a father, of everything. So all those principles, father principle is established here, mother principle is on the left hand side. And when we go against our maryadas, the right heart catches, or if there is a strenuous relation with the father, if the child has lost a father in early days, then also he can develop maybe diseases like asthma. So this is the heart chakra inside us. After this comes the Vishuddhi chakra, which is governed by Sri Radha Krishna. There are various qualities of this chakra, and for example, collectivity is one. Our communication happens through this chakra. Our ear, nose, throat, all of that is governed by this. Our hands are governed by this chakra. So all of our communication happens. We become collective because of this chakra, because we are able to communicate. And when we raised our heads, that is when we knew that we are a group. And all of that has come because of this chakra. Uh, the witness state that comes to us after realization comes because of this chakra. There are various other qualities and issues that get developed because of this chakra. For example, on the left hand side, it gets caught up. If we are someone who's feeling guilty all the time, we are always abusing ourselves. Oh, I'm so bad. I didn't do this. I'm useless. Then the left Vishuddhi gets caught up. And that happens, we do not feel the vibrations on our hands even when we get a realization, because the hands are governed by this chakra. On the right hand side, this chakra gets caught up when we are abusing others. So the very opposite of the left Vishuddhi. So if we are very abusive, we are shouting all the time, right Vishuddhi gets caught. Also, if we take tobacco in any form, this chakra goes off. When this chakra gets developed, we get all the qualities of Sri Krishna, like the madhurya, the sweetness that he had, the divine diplomacy that we can call he had, and so many qualities that we adore Sri Krishna with. They all come to us. All those powers that he had, they all come to us. We can feel this chakra on our index fingers, and after this chakra, so the next one is the Agya chakra, and this chakra is exactly where we put our tilak or bindi. It's also called as the third eye, and so many things uh, in various scriptures. This chakra is the most constricted path for Kundalini to pass through. And we can see that the three nadis that we have inside us, they cross over here. So the left goes to the right goes to the left, and there's a small path in between, right at the optic chiasma that we have here, that there is a path for Kundalini to pass through. Now, all our actions, all our lives that we have been doing lead us into developing an ego. We have an identity. Some people are very, very egoistic, and some are a little bit egoistic. On the other hand side, whatever learnings that we get, whatever conditionings we have been put through, all of that goes into the super ego. So we are either on one side or the other. One is always pushing the other one down. So our lives are mostly on the one side more. So uh, that ego or superego is usually uh, cutting across the path for Kundalini to rise. Now, when Kundalini rises, and when does that rise? It rises when we are able to forgive. So this chakra is adorned by Jesus Christ, Gautam Buddha, Mahavir. All of them talked about forgiving others. Their whole lives, the miracles of their lives have all been about forgiveness. And when we are able to do that, Kundalini passes through this chakra and it sucks in the ego and superego inside us. The Kundalini can suck in all the karmas that we have. So we talk about the karmas that we have to face in this life. Kundalini awakening can get us rid of that. That's the moksha. And when that happens, the path to Sahasrara opens up. We can feel the Agya chakra on our ring fingers. So we'll just move to the last center now, that is called as the Sahasrara. The name Sahasrara literally means 1,000 petaled. So this chakra has 1,000 petals. Every chakra has different number of petals, by the way. And this chakra is the last one that Kundalini has to break through for us to get a realization. Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi opened this center, opened this chakra on 5th May 1970. And that is when the advent of Sahaja happened, the advent of mass realization happened. And that's when she started giving realization to all of us. Through this chakra is where we get our integration with the divine, our complete integration. All these chakras inside us get integrated into this center on the head. They all have their seats here. So this is the final door to get our realization. And this is called as the Brahmarandra, which literally means the whole of the divine, through which the power of divine starts flowing through us. Kabira has described this as Shunya Shikhar par Anhad Baje. So the Shunya Shikhar means the silent peak, the peak that is the top of the head. Pe Anhad Baje. Anhad is the sound of the heart that happens without a percussion. So when the Kundalini comes here, there's a lub dub, there's a anhat that we can feel. So this is it. There's so much to talk about in terms of theory for Sahaja Yoga, but the most important thing is to get a realization. So we'll quickly move into the session for meditation. And it's important that we keep all our questions and doubts aside while going for meditation. Otherwise, they just keep popping up when we go for meditation. So just keep all of them aside for a while. Let's just go with the hypothesis that we have talked about. When it gets proven during meditation, you feel the vibrations, that is when you can accept it. So what we'll do now is we'll follow some steps. There is some balancing that we need to do for us. There's some prayers that we need to do before we get our realization for helping our nadis and our centers. So we'll show the steps to you now on the screen, which we can see now, and later do meditation with closed eyes. In Sahaja Yoga, we use all the 5 elements in various shapes and formats for cleansing ourselves. We are made of these 5 elements, so they help us a lot in balancing us, in cleansing us. So the first step that we do is put our left hand on our lap like this and put the right hand on the Mother Earth. We'll do this step later with our closed eyes, and there will be some prayers that we'll be doing. In the next step, we bring this hand back into our lap and put the left hand towards the sky by bending the elbow a bit. In the next step, we will put both our hands on the Mother Earth. These steps were for bringing us into balance. Now, the steps that we'll do will all happen with our right hand. So we'll put our left hand in our lap as a representation of the left channel that represents our desire. And we will use our right hand for the next steps. So we put our right hand on our heart. The next step, we put this hand on our forehead, like we would when we would have a headache, maybe. And press it from both the sides. After this, we put this hand on the back of the head and push back our head. In the last step, we stretch our palm completely, pull the fingers back, and with the center of the palm, we press on the fontanelle bone on the top of the head. Here, we will move the scalp with our palm without raising the palm. This is the center of the palm moving the scalp. These are the steps that we will be doing. Now, it's easy to understand that steps and prayers are alone not enough to get the highest that we have been talking about. Shree Mataji's photo will come in front of you on the screen now. This great miracle that we are talking about, this absolutely amazing thing, is happening because um of the vibrations that flow from Shree Mataji's photo to us. So we have to sit with complete humility and understanding of what we are doing here. And we have to do with complete sincerity whatever prayers and steps we are doing. We'll look at Shree Mataji's photo with respect, and we'll slowly close our eyes. And with all humility, we'll just pray once that Mother, I do want my self realization. I will bring our attention inside and see what's happening. We'll put our right hand on the Mother Earth, and the left hand will be open in our palms, in our lap. The palm should be open, the fingers pointing outside. Just see that we are not slouching or our backs are too straight. We should be comfortable. Now, here we have to pray that Mother, please cleanse my Ida Nadi. Mother, please clear out all the negativities of my Ida Nadi through the Mother Earth. Mother, please take out all the imbalances of my Ida Nadi through the Mother Earth. We have to pay attention to our palms and see what is happening. Bring our right hand into our lap and put the left hand by bending the elbow towards the sky. Here we have to pray, Mother, please clear out my Pingla Nadi. Mother, please take out all the imbalances of my Pingla Nadi through the sky or ether element. Mother, please bring my Pingla Nadi into balance. Now we'll put both our hands on the Mother Earth, and here we'll pray that Mother, please bring me into complete balance. Whatever purities or negativities are still left in my Ida and Pingla nadis that are causing the imbalance, please take them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, please bring me into the present, Mother. Now we'll bring both our hands into our lap. Complete attention should be inside. Now the next steps we'll all do with only our right hand. Place the right hand on your heart. Here we have to state a fact. In reality, we are not this body, this mind, this thought, these conditionings, this identity that we have created around us. In reality, we are the Atma, we are the spirit. So we have to say that, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am not this body, mind, this identity, whatever you think of yourself. Say that, Mother, I am not this, this, this. I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. This is very important. Our Kundalini mother wants to hear us say that. Now, as we are the spirit, we haven't committed any sin. We are not guilty at all. We have done no wrong. Our mother, Kundalini, knows us the best. She's been with us all our lives. So let her be the judge. If we feel guilty, as we talked about, we'll not feel the vibrations. So it's imperative that we say here that, Mother, I am not guilty at all. And say this with full confidence that, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, as I am the spirit, I am not guilty at all. Now I'll bring this hand to our forehead and press from both the sides. This is again a very important place for us to clear out by saying that, Mother, I forgive everyone. Here we have to give a blanket forgiveness and not remember anyone who may have committed any wrong against us. Actually, when we don't forgive, we don't do anything. We only play into the hands of the ones who have done some wrong. Whereas when we do forgive, God takes over. So we have to forgive everyone, ourselves too, and say, Mother, I forgive everyone. I'll bring this hand to the back of the head where we place our pillow and push back the head towards the sky. Here we have to say that, oh Lord, oh God, if we have committed any sin against you, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Oh God, if I've committed any sin knowingly or unknowingly against you, please forgive me. Now we'll bring this hand back into our lap for a second. As the last step, we'll bring the right hand on the top of the head, the fontanelle bone area, the Sahasrara chakra. We'll pull the fingers backwards and just place the center of the palm on the fontanelle bone and press. While pressing, we have to move our scalp in a clockwise direction. Without raising the palm, we'll, while pressing, move the scalp with our palm in a clockwise direction. Here, Shree Mataji has told us that she cannot forego our freedom, and it's only when we ask for it we will get it. So we have to with all humility and sincerity, ask, Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me the union with the divine. Mother, please give me the highest. Mother, please give me my yoga. Mother, please give me my Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please give me my self realization. We bring this hand back into our lap. Keep our attention where the hand was and just sit for a few seconds. Now we can bring the attention to our palms. See at the very center of the palms, is there a cool breeze or a hot breeze coming out? Also, we can bring our attention to the tips of our fingers and thumbs. Some of them may be tickling or itching a bit. There could be some heaviness on the hands, or there could be some heat coming out or cool breeze coming out. Now we'll bring our right hand again on the top of the head where we had just placed it and raise it a few inches above the fontanelle bone. Now we'll see here a cool breeze coming out of the head and hitting our hand, our palm. Be coming from a very specific place so we can move our hand around and see where is it coming from. It could be hot air as well. Bring the right hand back into our lap and bring the left hand on the top of the head where we had just placed the right hand and see if there is a cool breeze hitting our left palm. Be a specific place, so just move it around and see. We'll bring our hand back into our lap. Now we'll place both of our hands completely upwards, palms open towards sky, hands completely up and head pushed back towards the sky. We have to ask one of these three questions thrice. Mother, is this the Param Chaitanya? Mother, is this the power of the divine? Mother, is this the power of love? In answer, vibrations would increase on your palms. Slowly bring both our hands back into our laps. Keep our attention on the top of the head and sit for meditation for a minute or so. We'll slowly again bring our attention to our palms and see what is happening there. We can open our eyes now. Look at Shree Mataji's photo. We will find that we can look at her photograph without thinking, and with that we are still in meditation. This is the first step of self-realization. When we get thoughtless awareness, we are beyond thoughts right now. We'll bring both our hands together in a namaskara and thank Shree Mataji for this blissful meditation and experience. Jai Shree Mataji. To all the new seekers here, this is just the sprouting of the seed, just the first time Kundalini has touched the Sahasrara. A lot more has to happen for us to establish in Sahaja Yoga. I would request you to continue attending these sessions so that your experience is fully established. I would request Mayank to help us out further, how the seekers can continue meditating and join us in the further sessions. Mayank, please take over. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. All the new seekers who have joined us today on YouTube, you can share your experience, how you felt on your hands or on your head in the chat, or you can also join the Zoom meeting. We have given the link to the meeting in the chat, live chat of YouTube. You can join the Zoom and talk to us directly. If you have any doubts also, any questions, you can write on the chat. We'll share it here. Otherwise, you can join the Zoom meeting. For new seekers, we have also created a WhatsApp group in which we share Shree Mataji's speeches, our daily self-realization sessions, links, and also some tutorial videos, which will help you understand this better, and you can easily find the literature and tutorials there. We conduct self-realization session for new seekers daily on the same YouTube channel and same Zoom meeting link. And every day at 8 a.m. and 4:15 p.m. and this 7:45 p.m. 3 sessions are being conducted. Usually they are in Hindi. Only on Saturday we conduct this session in English. So if you're more comfortable with Hindi, you can join or watch them anytime. Or if you're comfortable with English, then every Saturday this session will be in English on this time. We have also uploaded tutorial videos of how to do foot soaking, how to take bandhan, how to do candling in our YouTube channel. And there are also some workshop videos in which we talk about the basics and like deep understanding of Sahaja Yoga. Some Sahaja Yogis have also shared their experience with Shree Mataji herself. And so all these videos you can watch on our YouTube channel. You can also watch Shree Mataji's speeches. All the links have been provided in the live chat. If you have any doubt, any question, anything you want to share, please do share in the chat or join the Zoom meeting. Jai Shri Mataji. We'll hold the session for a couple of minutes for your questions.
Jai Shri Mataji, Mayank.
Jai Shri Mataji.
I think we can close the session now.
Yeah. Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. If you have any doubt, any queries, anything you need to discuss, you can join our daily sessions anytime, or you can watch them on YouTube. Also, we'll request Sehjogis who are doing this meditation since some time to join our regular deep meditation session at 5:30 on the same YouTube channel, and also to spread the Sahaj Yoga. Tell about it to your friends or family. You can share these links with them also. Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Thanks to Shree Mataji for the wonderful gift that she has given us and for this meditation session. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.